Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Meri at the Meri Atelier, and it is Friday morning, January the 9th. Welcome to my desk. I still am working with this new camera stand to get a decent setup. It's not quite there yet, but I'm working on it. Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see Jacqueline, and guess what I have? And I've got another one coming. This is from, gosh, it has to be from a couple weeks ago. It's been sitting here. Aw, she's so happy to be here, she says. Thank you, Jacqueline. Let me get set up on my other phone here so that I can read chat. Oh, got to turn the sound off. Got an ad. Well, there's Raul. Happy New Year, Raul. Oh, my goodness sakes. Cute flower. That flower came from Miss Jacqueline at Lovely's Crafting Lodge. Lovely's Crafting Lodge is Jacqueline. And there's Miss Dee Dee. Hi, Dee Dee. I'm Becky. Hi, Miss Becky. It's good to see you. It's good to see all of you. I haven't been online for a while. My brother's been having doctor appointments, and that we've been driving back and forth, and that tires me out. I just was not up to doing it yesterday morning, but I slept good yesterday. Man, I slept late, and then I took a nap, big long nap in the afternoon. So, and I want to say next Thursday, I'm going to be out again because of my brother. It's nothing serious. It's just things that have to be done. I don't want to get into his health. They're saying Happy New Year. Becky says, I may just switch to a different stitch, as this waffle stitch is too much for this headache. Well, when Becky finds a stitch that's too much for a headache, you know that the rest of us are going to struggle. Let's go ahead and open this. I also want to today work on following Miss Becky, doing the unfinished project. And we were able to go to Walmart, and I got one of those ornament tubs, because it was at least $6. It wasn't $20. I'm really disappointed with how expensive those tubs have been. Because when they first started making them, they said, oh, this is recycled plastic. And prices started going up and up and up and up. So I haven't been buying the plastic tubs. But I bought one, and I bought bags to kit up my unfinished projects. And I'm going to follow along with Miss Becky. What she does is she takes her unfinished projects and puts them in bags and numbers them, and then puts the number in a jar, and then draws the number out of the jar and works on that project. Now, I may not work on the project until I complete it. I may have steps, because some of them will probably be journals, and I could spend all year on some of those journals. Let's see what came from Miss Jacqueline. And Jacqueline, I have another package coming from you. So this must be I think she held one of them for me. And it came, and then it's just been sitting here, so. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, free gift. Got 2 free gifts right at the start. Oh, and she put it in a nice big bag. If I can find the opening. Right here. And then I've had this issue with my camera stand, and I finally got a new one, but it's a very inexpensive one. I think I would have been happier if I just would have ordered another, because you can get those online, those clothing racks like Becky has. This one does not have a tripod foot, though. Let's look at the free gifts. This free gift looks like a coffee-dyed cheesecloth, which is yummy. Yummy, yummy. Yummy, yummies. Ooh. Very cool. Let's see. I think I'll keep that out. And let's look at this one. Is reds and greens. Is it, I think it's also a cheesecloth. Oh, it's a lei. Now, I might take this apart, or I might just throw it in my Christmas box, because that just reminds me of Christmas. And if I cut it, I could do two things. It's got little tubes in between, little plastic tubes. But if I cut it, I could use the little flowers too. We'll have to decide what I want to do with that. I'm going to crunch this one back up and see if I can't put it back in the package. Thank you, Miss Jacqueline. I love little free gifts. Is this like a little freebie that you get to art with? Right? What can you do with the lei? You can take it apart. Use the flowers. I'm not as expert about getting this in as Jacqueline was. But we'll push it in there. Okay. And I'm going to put these back in the envelope, the big envelope. This one at least. And let's see what else I got in here. Yummies. Yummies. I love, look at this big, I'll save this for my unfinished project to bag up with. All right, let's see what's in here. Oh, I remember getting the bundle here. Okay, I've got this was the porcupine card, and she's stitched around the edges. I like that. And then some, when I buy these things, I buy them in ones or twos. This is 3 ominous index cards. I'm going to keep that out. Here is the duck and chrysanthemum. The duck and a chrysanthemum. These are kind of cool. I like the little animal cards. And some red note paper dyed. Ah, sunshine, sunshine, love it. And dyed fabric. It's a beautiful lavender purple, pinkish purple. You're seeing it more of a blue tone in your browser than it's more on a pink tone than a blue tone, but it is a definite purplish color. This will be good for my slow stitch. I've been looking for a background piece for my applique project, so I'm going to keep that out too. And here's some more coffee dyed, yummy coffee dyed cheesecloth. Yep, and yummy. Yummy. This is kind of a light tan gold here. And then a lavender, beautiful lavender. These are fun to put in journals because it has this frame. I'm not sure you can see the frame that well, but... And some bags, some glassine bags that have been dyed, a coffee dye, a freebie index card. I'm going to keep that one out. Some beautiful turquoise and blue. And this is what I was saying. I usually buy these. I've got to buy them just in sets of 2, because then I can get a multiple colors. Kind of a beautiful blue. Here's some kind of a purple reddish. And she's got this wonderful wicking going on here. Yummy sunshine. Sunshine. Oh, look at this. Wow, that's a beautiful color. I should have gotten... I did buy 4 of these. That was smart. I'll use those. Here's a planner. Page. Notes. 2 planner pages. I just love Jacqueline's papers. Here's some wonderful greens. And some more greens here, just notebook paper. I like the notebook paper. I like to fold it in half. I like it for writing. I love it for journaling. And this is more notebook paper. Yummy. Some graph paper. Yep, I was smart. I bought 4 of those, I think. No, did I only buy 2? Oh, I only bought 2. I wasn't as smart as I thought I was. And some dictionary paper. Very cool. Very, very cool. Thank you, Jacqueline. Now I've got another package coming from her. Oh, and then we have this. I remember buying this bundle. Oh, I've got two here. I remember buying this bundle. It's kind of a reddish bundle. Ooh, this is cool. This is very retro. That reminds me of a kitchen curtain. A kitchen curtain. Yes? That would be pretty. This will be pretty for February. I'm not going to take everything out. Well, maybe I will. This will be a nice February project. Tickets, index card or library cards, little journal spots. Oh yeah, this looks like she meant this for February. Little Valentines. Knit your hearts with an unslipping knot. Love is best. So this is very much a February project. Yummies. Little strips of paper. This is a bundle, so it's just got yummies in it. Lots of yummies. That's pretty. And then we get into the papers down here. There's a tag in there. Yep, this will be a nice February journal. Oh, it's a big bundle. Look at all of this. Yummy. Yummies. And then we get into the scallop pages. I like this. All right. Remind me, February. It's not that far away. I always have trouble putting this back. Let's put the small stuff in last. what will happen if I don't write a reminder to myself is that I'll put this away and then I'll forget about it. Here's another bundle. A small, I think this was a journal type thing. I'm not sure exactly what. It's been a while. Is this another February one? Cards. Hearts. It looks like these two could almost go together in a journal. And this could be the journal, maybe. Oh, this is a journal. Oh, look at that border. Oh, this is awesome. Look, it's already made. And some envelope. Oh, some of these envelopes that open up this way. Now I'll never get it closed again. There we go. This is cool. This is cool. I love this cover. Yummy. Wallflower. You could write a romance story for this. Should Meri write a fibdiggity romance story? I don't know. I'm not much into romance, but maybe all this color is inspiring something. Fibdiggity romance. It won't be Meri's romance. It'll be a romance of some characters in fibdiggity. All right. That is yummy. So let's put this back in here because I'm going to save that big envelope. And put these back in here. Thank you, Miss Jacqueline. I think I'm going to put this in my unfinished project for a Valentine journal. I think I'm going to combine these. There we go. And I'll keep this out. And then I have these that I'm going to put in here. And then these I'm going to keep out. This is going to go with my slow stitch. And I'm keeping the ominous out. All right. All right. I'm good. All right. Let me look at chat. Welcome you all in. Let me refresh my chat filter all messages. Hi, Kimberly. What did Jacqueline say? Next package is the cheesecloth haul. Oh, yeah. Oh, yummy, yummy on all that beautiful cheesecloth. Let me tell you, she had wonderful colors. I couldn't stop. I just have to have that color and that color and that color. 2 each, please. Yeah, I'm getting another happy mail from Jacqueline Dee Dee. There's another package on the way. Good morning, Miss Kimberly. I put you on the front of my static bike, Meri. Multitasking, cycling, and watching. Well, at least you're getting your exercise. Let's see. We're all minus February, too. Your birthday? Do you have birthdays in February? February 32nd. Oh, Dee Dee and Raul both have February birthdays, everybody. Did Mina come in? Did Miss Mina come in? Did I miss Mina? Here's where Kimberly came in. Hi, Angie Brown. Out there. Good morning, Miss Angie. I see somebody say hello to Mina, but I don't see Mina. She must be way up above. There's Kitty Jen. Hi, Jen. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, I really do enjoy those voice replies. I just think it personalizes. Um, not everybody likes to hit that little listen button, but I think just the voice versus the typed words, I think they both work, but I do enjoy sending. And also, I have less typos with the voice reply. It's a little less work. Let's see. Raul says, Dee Dee, I've just watched it till the end so friends get some revenue, but sometimes during a stream it gets annoying. Well, they must be talking about advertising. I don't mind if you guys click away on the ads. I click them off. You know, I got an ad here and, I'm reading chat. Yes, Jacqueline's papers are always pretty. There's Mina. There she's way up above. Good morning, Miss Mina. Angie says, Dee Dee, I do that too. I hate those ads over chat when someone is on too. Yeah. Well, in a way, I understand it because YouTube has to have some source of revenue because they offer this to us free unless you buy the premium. If you buy the premium, I don't think you'll see any ads. I don't know if premium... I don't think they show ads in chat either. I don't know. I'm not that up on it. But I do think YouTube has to have some source of revenue, and that's probably why they're doing it. And just think of the chat rooms where the chat really flows, like in Dee Dee's stream, and in some of these big streams where, oh my goodness, you're trying to read chat and you get an ad and you have to click away from it, and by the time you click away from it, you're way behind in chat. Sometimes it knocks the vid off. Really? Huh. Angie said, okay, hello, bye, I'm going back to sleep. And this is where they're all saying good morning. There's Mina. She says, hi, Mary. They're talking about ads and chats. Raul must be drinking a smoothie. I think I'm going to get a juicer. I don't know about smoothies, but I think I'm going to start juicing. I did make some vegetable soup yesterday, and I'm having to cook my vegetables really, really soft. My tummy isn't digesting them. Oh, it's a joy to get old. But it did taste good, and I haven't had any tummy trouble yet, so... And Becky's switched to a different stitch. All right, I think I'm caught up. Let's go down to the bottom. Their birthday isn't until February, Jen. It'll be coming up. Oh, got an ad. You should create a little girl car friend for Bandit, Mary. A little girl car friend? You mean another little cat? Oh, cat friend. A little girl cat friend for a Bandit. Jen wants Bandit to have a girlfriend. Pretty soon we'll have a family. Arlene says, good morning, Arlene. Did I say good morning to you? Arlene says, I keep my juicer busy. I love fresh juice. Yeah, I think that juicing may be the way for me to go to get my vitamins. I know you have to be careful because by the time you juice a big glass of juice, and just pure juice, you're drinking like 6 apples or so. So when you make your juice, you just need to, you know, maybe juice one apple or something like that. Throw a banana in there and make a smoothie. A little girl cat friend. All right. So let's hop to the unfinished projects project. That's what I'm calling it, the unfinished projects project. And I have several things, starting with the Valentine. And I might intentionally pull the Valentine journal out a lot more in February. And I am also going to add something in the unfinished projects project to do something to, and I won't know what, but do a reorg, something in my reorg. Just say, clean out a box. I have several things here. I'm not sure what's in this. Oh, this is just thread. That's not a project. I'm reaching down here. I'm getting them out. Now, see, this is a journal. I think I got this, I think I bought it at one of the sales. I think this was done by, I want to say it was done by Paint Girly. But I could say do a page. Oh, I got some towels here. I'm reaching down and getting them out. This is a brown paper, you know, a brown paper journal that I've been working on off and on. These are postcards that I want to go through and send. This is a little scribble journal. I should put some Happy Mail in there. This is a holiday journal. So journals. There's more of these postcards. That will be my Happy Mail project in here. Here is some transparent glue sticks like Be Good lettering bought. And I want to try those in my, see how, here's another postcard. And this is a sticker story. So that's what I pulled for now, but I still have, let's see, let's pull over here. I think this is a Christmas journal. I think I finished that. I'm reaching. This bag is just a bag of goodies, of ephemera. This is a box I want to recover. This is a journal I want to bind. I've got a couple of these journals I need to bind. Then I can't really get it out because it's heavy. I have a box of bits that need to be sorted, and I'm going to count that. So I have a tub behind me. I bought a red ornament tub, and in that tub, I've got some gallon bags and some 2-gallon bags. And I wrapped up we took down the Christmas tree. I always leave the Christmas tree up until after the 6th. So on the 7th, I got busy and took everything down. And it's an artificial tree. And you can buy that kind of a saran wrap on a roll. And I use that to bind up the tree when we store it. And we ran out, and it got this big something here. It could be a circle maker, but I'm thinking it almost looks like a candle, doesn't it? It's something, this is going to be something. It's nice and sturdy. I don't know what. And then I got some 2-gallon bags. Some 2-gallon bags here. And I'm emptying my tub. I bought some paper towels to put in here. I want an empty tub. Hold on. Get off of my paper towels. I'm on the paper towel roll. Okay. Now I need a piece of paper and a jar or a container. A container. Oh, I also have, I'm going to put this box up here to my gingerbread ornaments. I'm working on those. The journal, the seasons journal, that's an ongoing project. That won't be an unfinished thing. I'm going to work on a page on that every week. Let's see. I also have from Inktober, I have a calligraphy project that I want to work on. I never really finished that. I'm just looking to see what else I have here that I'm working on. No. I might have to add to this later. I think I'm going to stop there and start number. I'm looking for a jar. Well, no, I don't want to use that one. I'm looking for a container. Of all this stuff, I don't have a container. I might just have to use a plastic bag for now because I don't want to spend a lot of time. Let me grab some paper here. And I'm going to start writing. All right. So let's tear this paper into strips. I have 2 here. That's okay. You can't see me right now. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else I want to add to this. I think I'll add these. I'll have to put them in a bag. These are half pages that I folded into, these can all be put into journals, made into journals. That'll be a nice, I might split that up. I might do that in steps. Let me see if there's anything else I want to do here. I have a composition book of, no. Some of this stuff I have is just for like sticker books and stuff like that. What's this? Oh, let's do this one. That's work in the 365 book. Beth Schuler was doing that. And I happened to be at Barnes & Noble when I went for a dentist appointment and I saw it, so I got it. And then I have sticker books. Sticker book. That's my, what book is this? No. And I have my tatting journal. I could put that in there too. do some. This is one of my very first tatting journal with my very first tatting. Hold on. See, I get so enthused in things. Look at this table full of projects that need to be worked on. I'm tearing this paper offline. And I'm going to have to put 2 numbers, one here and one in the jar or the bag. So I might need more paper, but we'll see. Hold on, I'm getting there. Let me take the bags off of my desk, because that will help a lot, at least the 2-gallon bags. I'm going to put those back in the tub so I know where they are. And let's just pull some gallon bags out. Let's start bagging them. And I'll do the tearing of the numbers. Yeah, I dropped the other one. I don't know what I did with the other one. Hold on. These are just bags that I got at Walmart. They're great value bags. All right, I got 5 bags out, and I'm gonna just start back. Well, let's put the gingerbread ornaments in here. That'll give me more space. And I'm in various stages on the. And they're not gingerbread. They're cinnamon ornaments. Maybe I should put that paper back in there. What'd I do with it? Must have thrown it down. I don't know what I did with it. Hold the phone. I'm making more room over on my little side bar here. I've got a little shelf between desks. That'll help a lot. And then I've got a whole bunch of unpainted ones here. I love that I could make cinnamon sticks. I got all these little rounds I made out of the scrap. Little berries. Alright, will you rest there for a moment, please, while I clean this off? I have a pizza pan that needs to go back out in the kitchen. My brother, when he finds out that I used that, what'd you do that for? All right, I'm crumbling up some paper. Those cookies, those cinnamon things were cooked on. Let me toss it here. All right. So now let me get this off my desk. And let's start bagging some of this stuff up. Like I'm going to put these in separate bags. And I'm just going to maybe divide it in half. I might go through these two later and separate them out into journals, signatures that I know what I was doing with that. Hold on. Let me get this in the bag. Well, hopefully it'll fit. Always has to be something to give me trouble. Don't give me trouble. Oh, it just fits. It just fits. Bagged it up. Let's bag up the other one. The other one is not quite as thick. Following Becky's inspiration here. All right, I'm going to set these aside. And I need another bag. Did they all fall off of the... I thought I pulled out more. I thought I pulled out 5 of them. This is inspired by Becky at Aunt Beck's Creations. She's doing a project where she bags up her unfinished projects and then she has a jar. And I'm going to do that and see if that'll help me. I think I have some bags on the floor here. Here's one. Let's pull out a couple more. And I don't know about this journal, if it will fit in there or not. The journal and the book. Let's put it over here. Let's do this can actually go with one of those, that's smaller. This can go in here. And there's my other bags. Hold on. Just put that in there. This actually might be a fun way to approach unfinishes. This is the calligraphy, little calligraphy project that I started working on in Inktober. Got sidetracked as Meri does. This is the holiday journal, and I got sidetracked with doing the seasons journal. And that's around here somewhere. I think that's in that box of bits and bops that I took off of my desk when my camera stand broke. It fell on my desk, and I had to get all that stuff off my desk. And I just put it all in a box. It's all unsorted. Postcards. We'll do that all in one day. Put that in there. Those are old postcards that I made. Some of them, I have to sort them out. Some of them have ink blots on the face. I forgot to cover the face. It's another larger journal. This needs, I don't know if that'll go in a, this is a sticker story. I told the story in a video, in a short, and I made stickers out of the, this is the one where she finds the key and goes upstairs. I think I can fold that or cut it right there. Let's cut that. And I wanted to make a sticker story out of it. And man, I tried cleaning my printer. I think I'm going to need a new one. I think my printer is done for. I've had it for a couple years, so what more can you expect? I need some more bags. Good thing I bought one that had 40 bags in it. Now these, I don't know. Maybe I'll just take a few out of here and put the rest with my wax seal stuff, because I don't want, I might want to work on this apart from, if I don't draw this number for 3 months and I want to work on it, I think I'm just going to take some out like this and seal up the rest of them and keep them in my with my wax seal stuff. I have some new wax stamps that I got for Christmas, some stamp heads. I want to try those. They're frames. And these, oh, let's do this box first. I want to cover this box, make a little holder box out of it. I don't know how this goes. That has to go in first, maybe. I might have to cut these off. Just fold them down that way. That's how it goes. It's a nice sturdy little box. I think that steel, I got some steel, a roll of steel thin stuff, and this came in it. Wow, that doesn't fit in there too good. I'm going to have to play with this box a little more. I do like it, but I'll put something in here that I don't use very often. I might have to paint it instead of cover it. But I'm not ready to throw my box away. Here's this journal. And the scribble journal, I think I'm going to take out with my recliner, because that's where I keep those. Want to finish the Putz house. I have to find I bought the little ribbon from Rebecca, that she makes this little floral ribbon I want to put on this trellis. I got a little leaf trellis over here, and it needs a chimney. And I think I already have the hanger on it. And then I have to find a place to hang all my little things, because this camera stand no longer has arms that I can hang my little pieces on. And this journal. Now this journal I'll be pulling out several times. what I'll do is say do a page, and then I'll do a page, and then I'll put it back in the bag and pull it again for the next page. And this will be pulled several times. Now, I'm running out of space. Let's go ahead and tape this up so I don't lose my glue sticks. And then I'm just going to put that with my stamps, my wax seals. Okay. I have these journals that are too big. Pull this. Let's see, I've got those 2-gallon bags. This one might fit. Let's see, hold on. Let's see what I have here. Will my tatting journal fit? I think my tatting journal might fit in there if I can get it in. That fits. Can't close it, but it fits, and it isn't going to fall. This one is too big. These two, let's see, underneath of this, I got this big bag that came with Jacqueline today. I'll put, this one is a journal that I need to bind it and then work in it. It's a yummy journal made with stenciled papers that I think came from Erin. So let's put it in here. Just fold it like so. Yummy, yummy. And that leaves me with the 365 book. And I'm going to try to put it in a gallon bag. I think it might fit. And I've got some extra gallon bags pulled out here. Let me see if I can put them back in. I could probably have 40 projects here. This will help me finish some things. I won't get everything finished all at once. But this will help me a lot, I think, if I can consistently follow it. Maybe I'll have a, like on Tuesdays, I'm going to work on the Seasons Journal. Maybe on Thursdays, I'll work on a unfinished project. Thursdays and Fridays. Now, my Valentine journal, I don't think I'm going to put in the unfinished. I want to save that for February, so I'm just going to keep it out. Have to find a nice, safe spot for it, though. Put it here. Okay. Now, I think I'm ready to start numbering. And let's just start with these. And as I number, I will throw in the... Now I have to have a... Oh, I have to have a bag for the numbers. Let me grab a bag. And when I get this finished, I'll come out and chat. When I get all these. Put in the tub. A tub of unfinishes. We sure do. We sure do work ourselves up, don't we? I think I'm going to cut these in half this way. I'll probably have to get some more paper, but this will be a good start. So I'll have to have, I think I'm going to cut these in half again. Or sort of in half. Because I'll need one for the bag and one for the jar. So let me get a pen, and we'll just make this number 1 and this one. And this one I'll fold and put in the jar, or in the bag or the jar, and this one I'll leave out where I can hopefully see it. Maybe I'll write tatting journal on it. So I'll know if I can't find that number. And let's put in the bag here. All right, I'm going to throw this in the tub. Hola, Becky! And let's go to the next one. Let's pull it from here. This is 2. This is the, I'm going to call it the faux leather journal. This is a Mamagami paper journal. I don't know what I mean. 2. I'm going to call it faux leather. Faux leather, small journal. And I'm just going to do a page. And we'll fold that up. Put that in the bag, in the jar. I think I will get a jar, but I just can't reach for one right now. And we'll make a number 2 here. And throw that in the tub. I might fill my tub up. This is the 365 book. This is 3. 365 days of art. That's Schuler was doing this. Do a 2-page layout. It's mostly 2-page anyway, but let's do a number 3. Fold this up. I won't be able to read them when I pull them. I'll put that in here. Now I have a couple of other projects. I don't know if I can get them in the bag. I'm working on that wreath. I want to cover the bulbs. I want to take them off the wreath and cover them, either paint them or... Did I put 3 in there? I think I did. I hope I did. All right, let's go on to the Putz house. Will be 4. English cottage Putz. It needs a chimney and flowers on the trellis. And it'll be done. And this will be number 4. I'm going to start folding these in little. So I can't read the number. All I'll see is the back of the text. Let's do that with this one. I have no idea what that number is. I hope it's 3. Let's do it with these 2. All right, so 4 goes in here. Maybe this will help me get these things done. At least it's helping me put them all in one spot. They're all scattered all over the place. This is a 2026. Where's my pen? 2026. Was I ready for 5? 2025 holiday journal. It's got all different things in it than just December daily. That was 5. Maybe this will help Meri get organized, because organization is not my strong suit. I'm a very, let's move on and do something. I get excited about doing this and that and this and that. I think this will help me if I can follow it. All right, that goes in the bucket. This is 6. This is the calligraphy project. That's what I'm going to call it. 6 and 6 calligraphy. I started this with Inktober. I don't do 30-day projects good anymore. I used to do them pretty good and finish them, but calligraphy project. I'll probably just do a page or do an alphabet, something like that. Is there 2 there? No, there's only 1. Feels like 2. That's 6. This is a box that I either want to paint. I'm just going to say cover little square box. It's pretty hard to open and close, so whatever I put in this, I should probably use it for storage, but I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to say paint it. So that's 7. Paint small box. 7. I could just use it that way, but let's do what I wanted to do, what my head was saying. This is a package of journal pages. Whoops, I didn't put that in the box thing. Let me put 7 in there. Hold the phone. Let me put my number 7 in the box bag. Okay. 8 is bind journal pages. I might have to find a cover, but 8 bind journal pages. I have a feeling I'll have to make a cover for these first. I'm going to put make cover as my first step, and then sort and bind. That'll be a more than a one-step project, I think. It'll be something I'll have to pull out several times. It'll get done when it gets done. 8. Whenever I pull number 8, they're just extra scrap pages that I thought would make nice journal pages. And I've just been collecting them. I've got 2 packages of these. There's 8. Nine is the same thing. Bind journal pages. And I've got some behind me when I sort. I've got some writing journals that I want to bind up. Bind journal pages. Make cover. And then sort and bind. This will take me, these will take me more than one. Yeah. I'll have to pull it more than once. And 10 is the glue sticks. And I'm going to put transparent wax seal glue sticks. And I'll probably do those more than once too. And I saved some out in case that I don't pull this till sometime in the summer. And I want to work on something. 10. I do think I have another project thing that I started a long time ago. Somewhere around here, and maybe when I'm sorting I'll find it. I'm not sure it was this same system. This is my sticker story. "11 is the Fibdiggity Sticky Story. You guys are probably saying something to me, and I'm not hearing it. Sorry. I'll come out and chat when I get this stuff bagged up. That's 11. I got all sorts of tatted projects out in the other room. 12 is this paper, brown paper journal. This is, I've made a lot of progress in this. Brown paper journal. Do a page. And I really don't mind unfinished projects, but it is nice to get them finished. Eventually get them finished. I think I got more than one here. Then what do? Then your project will be find a home for it. But this is what we do, isn't it? We make journals and projects and art and yeah. I'm getting there. This is postcards. This is 13. Sort, good, and bad. Postcards. Send good ones. That will probably mean a giveaway. And I can't now because I don't have everything at hand, but I should, what was this, 13? I should add some Happy Mail stuff in here. But that's really kind of, should probably be its own separate bag because, you know, I may not get Happy Mail until next October. It'll be sitting, it might be sitting until next October anyway, but if I have a separate project pull for Happy Mail, I might be more apt to get more out. Did I put that in? Yeah. And then I'm to the last one, which is my gingerbread ornaments. And I am going to put those in that's 14. And those are just the projects at hand. Who knows what's behind me? 14. Not gingerbread, cinnamon ornaments. And I'll probably work on these a little at a time too. Hopefully I'll get them done by Christmas. 14. Now just throw that number in the box. Now I have a couple of things. Oh, I got this journal. Hold on, I'm not done yet. This is 15. I'm going to call this map journal just so that because I've got maps on here. Map cover journal. And it needs to be bound. Bind. And this is 15. What did I do with my bags of numbers? Where's my bag of numbers? Did I throw them in the... What I did, I might have thrown them behind me. Let me put this in here. Let me see if I threw my numbers in the bag here. I did. But I'm not done. I have a couple of things that I want to, let me fold up my cinnamon ornaments here. I'll keep these in the box. And here's this brown paper. I'm going to stuff that in there. Should really be on the bottom, but it's going to be in the tub anyway. I have a couple of projects. Boy, I feel good now just getting that stuff off my desk. I have a couple of projects, like I'm making icicles, and for my little Christmas tree, I'm tatting, so I'm going to call that 16, and I have it, but I don't have it here. So if I pull it, I'll go get my needle and everything and get that all. So I'm going to put tatted icicles. And those go pretty fast. If I pull number 16, I'll have to go get my tatting white thread and everything. And then I have the Christmas wreath that I'm working on, recycling the Christmas wreath, probably for next year, but I'll work on it. And what I'll do is once a week pull an unfinished project, I think. And I'm going to put that on my calendar like I did we'll do that too. And my first step is to pull the bulbs. Pull bulbs, I know what I mean. They're round bulbs that are connected to the wreath. I want to pull them off and redo them. I don't know. I'm either going to cover them with fabric, or I'm going to collage napkins, or I'm going to paint them. I don't know. And then I'm going to pull the lights. I have little lights that I bought for them that are battery operated. The lights that are on there now are electric, and it's got a real short cord. But I can't put that in the box, in the tub. It's too big. It's behind me. So there's that. Now, before I go on, I have another thing I want to do this morning, and it's going to take up my whole desk here. So let me come out and chat first. Let me come out and chat. Let me refresh my chat. Chat filter. Chat filter. All messages. Hi, Tina. Welcome in, Miss Lady. Oh, she said be right back. Hi, Dar. Hi, Zippity. Good to see you guys. Zippity-doo-dah. Zippity-doo-dah. Zippity-day. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Here's Derwin the Dragon. This was a gift from Becky a couple in the year of the dragon. Her sister made this dragon on the 3D printer. Can you imagine? Arlene says good morning. Tina says good morning. Becky said those old patterns are a bit tricky to follow. Arlene says hi to Tina. It's about time you wandered in here. Aw. Becky said, now I get dressed for the day. Make the bed and clean the kitchen before I start sewing on the vintage pattern dresses. I think Becky showed, I saw a clip where she showed her black dress that she's making. Very cool, Miss Becky. Vintage dresses? Are they adult dresses or she's probably not here right now. She's probably getting dressed and making the bed and cleaning the kitchen. I pretty much make sure that the dishes are out of the sink and that the oven is wiped down and everything before I go to bed at night. I don't like to leave dirty dishes in the sink. I either wash them or put them in the dishwasher. And so when I get up in the morning, I'm not faced with a... Of course, Becky probably has to cook breakfast for Scott and get him off and all of that. We don't have that to do. My brother gets up during the night and has a coffee, but he generally cleans that stuff up. So I got laundry to do today. Let's see. Pam? Which Pam stopped in? Let's see, there's Tina. She says, good morning, everybody. Joyce Boring, good morning, Joyce, if you're out there. Oh, Becky finished her dishcloth. Today's dishcloth is done. How many dishcloths is Becky making? Is she making one a day? Joyce says, I'm making a big mess. Arlene says, I always say I'm blessed with a lack of space, so I can't build up a lot of unfinished or stash. Well, you know what? I'm blessed with a lack of space too, but I still build it up. Joyce said, I've only finished about 15 so far. What is she doing? So nice of you to share, Becky. Becky said, I think they do. Scott always said that they stand around the bin and say, oh, my grandma used to make things like this. Oh dear. I guess I'm a spare grandma. Wait till they start calling you grandma. Christopher, I think he's over in the Philippines. He used to come in here several times. He came from Dee Dee's, but he'd always call me grandma. I couldn't get used to be calling grandma. Kimberly says, Joyce, I just finished my black and white page. It's so fun. Is that what Joyce is working on? Dar says, Becky, everyone loves handmade gifts. I'll bet those women look forward to it every year. Becky says, my friend takes January to rest and then starts making pillowcase dresses in February. By November 1, when they have to be sent off, she has over 100. They are so cute. Oh, Arlene is saying that. Kimberly says, and then I found one in a big bag of Christmas stuff at the thrift store. I couldn't believe it. Dated from Japan, vintage, made with mica glitter. Are you talking about Putz houses? Yeah, I got the idea of Putz houses from Kimberly. Becky says, the lady Scott works for loves a chance to pick something out of my gifting tub and enjoy making things for people that appreciate them. Yeah, Becky's a maker for sure, isn't she? Uh-oh, Arlene is blaming Kimberly for something. Becky says, I've nearly finished the dishcloth. Well, we know she's finished it. She's doing one a day, so I'll have plenty come next Christmas gifting season. You know what? I could probably make a dishcloth. I could probably make some hot pads. We don't need hot pads, though. I have a stack of those gloves, those oven gloves that we use. I'm always throwing them in the wash. That's what we use. Dar says, Kimmers is the reason for the Putz house. Yes, she is. She found it on Pinterest and sent Meri down a rabbit hole. I kind of got stalled on the English cottage, though. I need a chimney and roses on the trellis. And then I think it's kind of in the center. It's kind of squeezing in. I think I'm going to put a brace in there to keep the inside from squeezing in. Yep, Kimmers is the reason for the Putz house. Hi, Joyce, Becky says. Dee Dee gave a interesting an interesting icon there. I'm not sure what that is. Joyce, are you doing the scavenger hunt? Oh, that's what they're talking about. I thought about doing the scavenger hunt this year, but now it's already, what, the 9th? I'm way behind. I do save off her lists, though. I like to save off her lists. I have a booklet that I got them from the last several years somewhere. Maybe I'll find it while I'm reorganizing. How are you doing, Joyce? I hope all is well. Joyce says she's doing good. Arlene says, I'm really forgetful. I'm having to leave notes on anything I put away for later. Kimberly says she's wrapped up like a burrito listening to Meri. It must be cold there. We've had such warm days in January, it scares me. Well, it doesn't scare me. It's just so unusual. Usually January, especially, now it's getting colder and wintry out. We had a rainy day yesterday. It said wintry mix, but it was mostly rain. And I think the weather forecast today is not all that great either. Let's go look at the weather. 22. Considerable cloudiness, highs in the low 40s and lows in the 20s. But we've had, like, I was showing when I did our member chat on Wednesday, it was 63 out in January in Nebraska. That's not normal. Usually the end of January, around the 29th and 30th, and then the last week in January, it gets really, really cold. So we'll see what happens next. 21 and 22 is kind of normal. Becky said, I'm dressed, bed is made, and yes, I have the breakfast dishes to finish. Well, you're really fast, Becky. I'm following along with Create and Craft with Christine, making an octagon mat. Octagon, 8 sides. Not me, puppy, Kimberly says. It's supposed to get up to 73 where Becky is. Wow. What is this little symbol with the... I see the little Zippity-Doo-Dah did the little dancing dresses, but there's a little symbol there with an X and an A. What is that icon? And Zippity-Doo-Dah, you're a member. Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Glad to have you join us. And for our membership, for all the members, not just the one room, all the members, we are doing commonplace journals this year. Work at your own pace. Don't stress over it. That's my main point, because several people have, well, let's just say, you know, January is the restart, do new projects month. Everybody's doing new projects. And I know that you guys want to join in on a lot of different things, but still I want to do a project in my membership. So I thought, you know, the Commonplace Journal is really perfect because you can work on it at your own pace. You don't have to stress over a deadline, getting something done this week, doing something every day or something like that. And I had a live stream last week. I think I'm going to try. I need a new printer. We'll probably do another stream this month for the Fibdiggity creators and work in our zines, because we can work in our zines without the stickers and the Harrison Fisher. I'm talking to the Fibdiggity creators group now. We did an altered book last year. It was quite a project. I don't think I'll do another project like that for a while. I think to keep my projects shorter so we have finishes, except for the Commonplace Journal. Commonplace is do it in your style. And I'll tell you, there's some creative things happening out there. Karen Kay and Allie and somebody else out there, Jamie, are doing genealogy. I think Carol, I haven't seen her come in here yet, but Carol is doing symbols and symbology, which I think is really cool. And right now I'm just doing daily entries and things like that. Not really daily, just little things that I want to jot down. And that's kind of what a commonplace journal is. It's an external brain. You keep things. All right, let's see what else. I didn't quite get up to the top, but Becky is down here saying, I tried to do one once, but was told I was doing it wrong. Oh, you gave up? It's like my Society of Idea Collecting, a place to hold ideas. Well, yes and no. In my world, I'm keeping my Society of Idea Collector separate from my commonplace journal. My idea journal in my world is where I develop ideas. I develop concepts. My commonplace journal is just where I throw something that comes across in my daily life that I want to keep. It's kind of like a, well, the idea collector is like an external brain, but the commonplace journal really doesn't have a, well, for me, it doesn't have a structure like the idea collector's journal does. Now, a lot of commonplace journals do have structure, and I can see why Dee Dee is saying that. But for me, my commonplace journal is just a gathering place. The idea journal is too, but the idea journal has more of a structure to it. And I'm doing both, and I'm stressing, especially in my streams, to keep them separate. I might find something in my commonplace journal that I put in there, and I thought, wow, this spurs an idea, and I want to develop it, so I'll put it over in my idea journal and develop that over in my idea journal. That's my concept of the difference between the two. They're kind of the same. They've got some same nuances, but in my world, they're different. That is what mine is. It is both in the same journal. Well, you know, you can do it that way. And this is what I'm telling the members of my stream. You do you. You do your style. Dee Dee saying she's doing hers in the same journal. So that's how she's approaching it. I don't have a problem with that, except for to say that not everybody, in my world, I'm keeping them separate. So, and that's what I'm telling the members, do what they're comfortable with. Do it in their style. Do it their way, their timing, their pace, their style. And that's great, Dee Dee, to have them the same in your world. I know that you are very much into society, and I love Society of Idea Collectors, don't get me wrong. I love the project, I always have. I have always been inspired by the Society of Idea Collecting. It just inspires me to no end. But that doesn't mean I can't have a commonplace journal. The commonplace journals and Society of Idea Collecting have a lot of the same nuances. Do you, if you're in my membership area. I don't want one to take precedence over the other. You have read the definition of old-time commonplace books. It's really all the same. Well, I halfway agree with you and halfway not, Dee Dee, to be honest with you. It's, if you go back and research the, I think yours is a little bit different in that you're developing ideas. You're putting something in there like your list and I would never put a list in my comment unless it's a short grocery list or something that, and then I would probably put that in my Society of Idea Collector. And in fact, I've taken lists out of my Society of Idea Collector and put them in a list journal. So it spurs ideas. not everything in my commonplace journal spurs ideas, but I can see why in your Society of Idea Collectors you would have a section of things that don't spur. You would have a commonplace journal in your Society of Idea Collector. I have kind of broken that out of Society of Idea Collecting and put it in a separate journal. That's the only thing. I like Dee Dee's approach, and I want to do a new one. And as I clean and sort here, and that reminds me, let me tear up another sheet of paper while I'm reminded here, because what I want to do, let me grab a couple of sheets here. And while we're chatting, I'm going to make some more tags. One thing I want to do is put a prompt here to intentionally sort. And I'm going to do that today, too, in front of you guys, because I have a box of desk clutter. Like I said, my camera stand broke, and I had a bunch of stuff on my desk, and the camera stand fell on my desk, and it was a mess. And I want to go through that box here today, but I also want to work on my kit box. But my Society of Idea Collector, I'm going to finish up the one I have. Then I'm going to start a new one in a 3-ring binder like what Dee Dee did last year. I started it last year, but I got sidetracked. Yeah, I got sidetracked. Let me cut these because I'll keep these in my bag. I want to write down a couple things here. But while I'm thinking of it, I want to write down and I forgot what was my last number. I need to keep track of my last number. What was my last number, 16 or 17? Oh dear, I'd have to go back. But on this case, I don't need a number. And I'll have to sort out my numbers, and I'm going to take them out of the bag and put them in a jar. So I'm going to leave a space for a number, but what I want is to look behind you, and pull something to sort. That will be one of my prompts until I get all this crap sorted. Now, I'm going to be working on sorting anyway. I need a number on this, but I'm going to have to go through this bag and figure out. I'm going to take them out of the bag. I don't like them in the bag. I'm going to put them in a little jar like Becky has when I get there. But I'm going to be sorting anyway. And all of these extras are going to go in here, and I'm going to keep track. I'm tape one to the jar or to the lid of the jar and write down my last number so that when I add a new tag, I'll know what my last number was. All right, where are we in chat? Am I about done? Rose says, Meri, I love all the projects you make, but the sketches with the Sharpie gel pens are my favorite. Are they really? You know, I haven't done much sketching and drawing, have I, Raul? I have to tell you guys, I am really into the AI, the Dream Screen Shorts. And not because I think it's cool, but because I want to learn. And I have been learning a lot about AI recently. My last AI project that I put up was making eyes blink and wink. They'll do that. They'll sometimes just do it spontaneously. If you're doing a project, they'll throw in a blink or wink every then. But when you want to intentionally make your eyes wink or blink, and then I'm doing a whole nother study on expressions. So was talking about sketching here. One of the things that I want to do, I'm going to get off of the AI rant, but I want to go in. A lot of the AI people that started AI in the 1930s and prior 1930s and 50s up in there have passed away. They're no longer around, but there are public domain pictures of them out there. And I want to get out that big book that Renee Suzanne sent me, a big, huge, the 600-page big sketchbook. I want to sketch some pictures of AI well, what do you call it? Legacy folks. Hi, Belinda. Welcome in, welcome in. Belinda's saying good morning to everybody. Let's see. Paul says, let's see. I did the eye too to teach myself to improve drawings. Well, I'm doing the eye in AI. And I have a lot of thoughts. I have to tell you guys, I am working a lot with the free version of ChatGPT. I'll tell you, it's almost like a tutor to me. I'm learning a lot about how AI operates in the background. The AI doesn't think like we think. And it especially doesn't think like Meri thinks. And last night I got into a real interesting conversation with ChatGPT about why I have to regenerate so many times to get what I want. And it's telling me that AI doesn't store all this information, it makes guesses. And so it's out there gathering my prompts and all of that, and then guessing at making all these, well, they're obviously educated guesses to get to where you want, but it doesn't remember stuff. Like I was saying, well, if it guessed wrong on one, why did it do it again? And it's telling me that AI doesn't remember all the wrong choices. So, and I find that very interesting because on Dream Screen, you can hit a daily limit. And, I can be generating and generating and generating and generating and generating. And finally, maybe on my 25th generation, get something that looks something like what I want. But I got all these other bad ones out there that I wish that they wouldn't give me. And, it's kind of interesting. Then I can go over to another account, put in the very same prompt, the very same wording, everything's all the same on a different account. I generate it once and get what I want. AI does not remember all these other wrong versions. It's kind of interesting. I'm on my AI rant. Let's not go there too much but just let you know that I do AI based on pop culture and things that are viral or trending. Well, that's interesting. Lightstar has a very interesting take on AI. She does some crochet shorts too, so I know she's into crochet, so she's not all AI. But she's got a very unique thinking pattern. And not that I agree with everything that's on there, but it's very interesting to watch her work. I wouldn't say she exactly follows every trend, but she's talked about the post office and the vet. She does a lot of military veteran stuff. So AI doesn't learn from its mistakes. I know people like that. I'm probably one of those. I try to learn from my mistakes, but I have to learn and learn and learn before I finally get it, Arlene. Yeah. And then there are people who may not learn from their mistakes, but they'll learn from other people's mistakes. My dad would always say to me, This is something my dad would always say. You're making a mistake. I can just hear him saying that. You're making a mistake. And then I'd come back and I'd say to him, well, it's my mistake to make. And not everything I made was a mistake, but when he didn't agree with me, that's what he would say. You're making a mistake. And sometimes I truly was making a mistake, but not all the time. I miss my old dad. I wonder what he would have thought about AI. I'm not sure that I know. He would probably be very cautious of it, but I think he would also test the waters to see what it could do. My dad was not a dummy. My dad was a very intelligent, and my younger brother is the same way. My younger brother, no matter what, he's got a brain. He's got too much of a brain and not enough heart. My older brother has a heart, maybe not so much of a brain. Well, my other brother's pretty. My older brother's not dumb. He just doesn't apply everything he knows. Arlene, the one I use gives you options. Well, here's the thing about AI, and this goes back to my conversations with ChatGPT, is AI makes mistakes, but you are the judge. You're the final judge. AI doesn't have an emotion. It doesn't have a sense of right or wrong. So when you do something, even like I do pictures, I'm not into, all the advanced AI stuff. I do my little things on YouTube. But let me tell you, I've said this before, YouTube AI is not going to take over the world, so don't fear. There might be advanced AI that we don't have access to, that maybe only higher up people in the universities or the AI processor folks who have security clearances. Let's just say that they are super security, confidential, what do they call that? Confidential folks that have information to confidential security information. When AI is known for guessing and probabilities and possibilities, when it spits out all that information and say it's security type things, let's just even say national security, and AI is guiding something, it's the decision. The human is the decision maker. The human part is the person who gives it the go ahead or the stop. So there's where I think even in our schools they have to stress that and I got into this conversation with ChatGPT about values and I think, and I honestly think this is where maybe our morals, maybe for me it would be spiritual training, but it may not be for somebody else. It may be cultural values. I think that along with AI, they need to have a course on what's right, what's wrong, what's good, what's evil. Or when we say evil, I mean what's not good. Murder is not good. Theft is not good. Just take away the violence is not good. So I think there has to be an ethics course taught along with AI in the same study group, because AI can make all these data-based decisions, but it doesn't have a moral judgment. It doesn't have emotion. It can guess about it, but it doesn't have that. It's always the human making the decisions over here. And I don't know too much about education. I'm not in it anymore. But my feeling is in the AI course of study, they have to have a parallel course of ethics and judgment. And maybe they do. I don't know. I get into these thought processes. Let's see what. Gotta go. Arlene says, I've had enough of this AI chat. I gotta go do something with my day. Raul says, I do it for views, Mary. Saw small channels grow from 0 subs to 200K in just a month. A viral shorts or reels is hard to make, so it's all about luck. Yeah, I am finding that I am getting more subscribers with the shorts, and I have seen, I'm not going viral in any sense of the term, but I've seen my subscriber base grow slowly. And where I've seen the growth is in the younger people. Prior to last year, last February was when I started doing the AI shorts, because that was when it was made available to me on YouTube. I don't go off of YouTube and use other AI processors because my little brain can't handle all that information and keep it all straight. But I have seen in the last year, prior to last year, I had no 13 to 18-year-old subbies or even viewers. Let's put it, I think it's viewers that I'm talking about. But when I go back and see who watched videos and see who my age groups, in the last year, I've seen more of the younger people coming in. And I think that's a very good thing. I haven't really generated all my content toward younger viewers, but I'm going that way. And as far as the views on shorts, as far as monetization, they don't make that much money, you guys. You may see 400 views on a short or even 1,000 views, but it's not going to generate the same type of money that your long form videos and your live streams do. It's a whole different financial structure as far as AdSense goes. But you do get more subscribers. And hopefully, they're not all just short hopefully you can pull them in and to your long form content. Most of my long form content is not geared for young people though. It's mostly 65, 35 plus. I needed a drink of water. Blenda says, Arlene, have a nice day. Dar says, bye, Arlene. I'm going to go now, too. Have a great day. Sorry, you guys, I get off on these AI kicks because I think it's very important to keep up with what's happening. And, it's interesting. I'm enjoying using ChatGPT because I can get into these conversations with it and it'll lead me down a path of thinking. Like I asked it about the history of AI. And, it started feeding me all these names and these people. And I kind of knew a little about it from my own research. But it's what I'm into. And one thing I like about making the shorts on AI, I don't have to come in here and sit at my desk. I can sit in my recliner and create. And I can tell my stories. I haven't done much this year yet because I'm working on those. I'm very much into working in the background with AI. But I like that I can sit in there for hours with my phone and work on things. I got an idea brewing for a Fib Diggity story, though. So stay tuned. Let's see, what else? Let's get off of the AI track. I'm sending people away. They're boring you. Mary, I love all the projects you make, but the sketches with the Sharpie gel pen is my favorite. Yeah, I think on the envelopes, I got sketching on envelopes inspired by Miss Dee Dee. Dee Dee is stuck on her Society of Idea Collector. She says, Meri, I can assure you, everything I have in my commonplace, you have in your commonplace journal, I have in my Society of Idea Collector. I would debate that with you, Miss Dee Dee, if you're listening, because I put personal stuff in my commonplace journal. I might put a little political statement in there. I would never put that in my Society of Idea Collector. I might put a spiritual reference in there. I might do stuff in my commonplace journal that I would never, ever put in a project journal for Society of Idea Collector. So I think Dee Dee has a right to her Society of Idea Collector, and I have nothing wrong with Society of Idea Collecting. I like it, but I'm keeping it separate from my commonplace journal. It's just how I'm working, and Dee Dee likes to put everything, she says, in her Society of Idea Collector. That's fine with me. You do you, Dee Dee, but let me do me. You know, that's not how I'm working personally. And I think we have a right to work in our own mode, whether your name is Dee Dee or Meri. So that's kind of my take on it. I love Dee Dee. She inspires me to no end. And I enjoy to no end the Society of Idea Collecting. I'm not giving that up, but I am separating it out. And I feel the same way. We got into the same type of conversation when I did my workbook project. I haven't done one. The last one I did was and I'm still working on it, was my Christmas memories. But what I've done is I have a workbook of just where I'm writing all my Christmas memories. I keep telling Dee Dee, she said, well, you could put that in your Society of Idea Collector. Well, you could, but you'd have to have an extra 200 pages in your Society of Idea Collector. A workbook is just like in math. You might have a math book, but you might have a workbook associated with your math book where you're working on, maybe you're doing a chapter on algebra and you're pulling it out into a workbook. Maybe you're doing a chapter on geometry and math, and you have a separate workbook for that. And Dee Dee and I got into a conversation about that, and my feeling is my workbook for my, and it's not a commonplace journal, because I'm only working on my Christmas memories in my workbook. But Dee Dee and I got into this same type of conversation as it could go in the Society of Idea Collecting. And what I have in my head, I haven't done it in, because I still have my old society. When I start my new one, I'm going to have, how Dee Dee has her contents, I'm going to have a content page for workbooks. And then I'll probably make a list of different workbooks and ideas about what I can put in them, and that I'll have ideas for workbooks, but I'll split the workbooks themselves out into a different thing. And now with the commonplace journal, I might find something in my Society of my commonplace journal that inspires an idea that I want to develop it. I might take it from my commonplace journal and put it over in my Society of Idea Collector. To me, they're interrelated. They're holding hands. They're friends, Dee Dee. They're friends. Oh, I don't know if Dee Dee's even in here. She probably says, I've had enough of this. Paul says, I'm under 35, Meri, and I do love your work. I've not been chatty because I've been multitasking and lurking mostly. Well, Raul, I understand, because I don't get out to all the channels that I so want to get out to so many of these channels. And I try. I get to Becky more frequently than I get to anybody, I think. Becky inspires me. Then second, I think, to get to Dee Dee. I've been sick here the first few weeks in January. My brother and I got these really bad colds, and let me tell you, I wasn't up for anything, and that kind of set me back. Other things, Christmas, decorating and undecorating, going here, doing that. And also my AI work has kind of pulled me away from watching so many channels. So I understand, Raul. Multitasking. Multitasking is the right word for it. So let's see, what else is going on? Somebody deleted that message. Raul said, I do AI based on popular. Did you delete that yourself, or did that get deleted? I do AI based on pop culture and things that are viral or trending. I think I read that. Talking about Renee Suzanne. How is she now? 70K plus subs. So happy for her. Yeah, she really kind of went into the music area, didn't she, Renee? She talks a lot about music. I haven't watched her for a long time. I don't know how she is. She hasn't been in here lately. Belinda saying hello to everybody. Arlene said she had to run. Rollo says, Meri, I love all the projects you make, but the sketches, I think I'm caught up with everything. So, let's do this. It's 8 o'clock. I have an hour. I want to sort, and I'm going to pull this, well, maybe I'll pull this kit box out first, because I need to trim this box. I am covering, this was where my camera stand came in, and I covered it with this black and white gift wrap, and I want to trim the edges here. I might have to re-glue some of it. I glued it on with Elmer's Glue All. And this doesn't have to be perfect. I'll probably have to go in and sand and re-glue these edges. Oh, it's going to be in your face. I'm sorry. I'm going to cut these edges off a little better here. You guys probably can't see what I'm doing. Well, I know you can't. I'm just trimming my edges. And I like to take these boxes, especially if there's something I can make like a kit, K-I-T, kit out of them. And I might put the Seasons project in this box. So I'm going to work on that every Tuesday. I'm going to have to sand some of this stuff down, but let's get it off. And this side isn't quite as bad. It's got some over the edges. Turn it this way. And I'm not going for ultra perfection here. This is just a box. It helps me use up the wrapping paper that I begged for. This was a gift wrap on my grandniece's Christmas present. I said, don't throw it away. And so they throw it at me and I bring it home. And I use it. And what I think I'll do, I've got this. I think I'm going to glue this, cut this here. Right on this line. My scissors. Now you could go to Hobby Lobby and buy a pretty box, and I might get one for my Christmas stuff yet. I'm thinking I'll find some boxes for my Santa Claus collection, because they're in different boxes now. And let's trim this. Well, that fits pretty good. It just needs a little trimming. Like that. And let's do the other side. And I'm not going to glue this down this morning. Let's cut this one right here. And then I'll glue this down in here. This fits this way, and let's put this paper back in and close it up. I got a paper hanging there. Like that. And then, not this morning, I'm going to tuck this in. Not this morning, I'm going to stop on it right now, but I'm going to paint. I'm going to paint the sides and the sides and the inside in here black. That will be my next step on this. And I'll probably sand on these edges and do something more, make sure that they're all glued down nice. And then I have a piece that I'm going to put over that. And that'll make me a nice box to hold my seasons journal in. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to grab this box of desk clutter, and you guys are going to go, oh my gosh. But this is something I need to do. This probably has my December seasons in it. I'm thinking I want to get out, maybe put it in that box. Here it is. It's an Amazon box stuffed full. Stuffed, literally stuffed. And the thing about some of these Amazon boxes that the sides are taller, the flaps are taller than the sides. So let's put it this way. I don't know why they do that. They do it. I'm going to knock Penelope off her throne if I'm not careful. Okay, so this is washi tape. I need to fold that up. I got some napkins from our Christmas meal with This is Christmas. This is Christmas. This is Christmas. That's a piece of paper, but I think this is going into my this is the vintage journal that Miss Lori Pink Girly sent me. This will all go into that black book after I get it painted. I mean, that kit. And this, I want to put one of these in my commonplace because, and it could, the Dee Dee, this could go in the Society of the Idea Collector. I could put one in each. But I'm going to put that in my commonplace to start with. This is Christmas. I want this in one of either my holiday journal or my Christmas journal. Here's a little owl sticker. These are just paper towels that I had setting out. I sometimes tear off extra paper towels because I'm always looking for one. So let's hold those out for now. And this is just a piece of paper. I'm looking for scratch paper. These are just, I think these were Happy Mail that were sent to me. Some of these came out of the journal. Thanks for all that you do, Stephanie. Stephanie, I think, sent these things. So that's Happy Mail. Or I'm just going to have a baggie. I need to get a baggie of, let me get a baggie down here to put ephemera in. This was all stuff, dust scatter. And maybe off of my cart too. Let me start a ephemera bag here. This is Christmas. It goes in the ephemera bag. The ephemera bag. This was an envelope from Stephanie. Steph meaning Lori Steph. Goldie. That's Christmas. I think this came from Stephanie. I think these things came from Stephanie. She sent me a whole bunch of little ephemeras. This ticket thing I got at a sale. That's ephemera. This is a note. The Seasons, the Art Journal Sketchbook at Cassie 1. Oh, this is my, I sent that to Lala. That was my giveaway of that extra Seasons book. She should have that now. I think she does. Here's some cheesecloth and here's some of those ribbons that I can use for roses. That these are blue. I wanted red ones. These came from Miss Rebecca. This is some more ephemera, and although I think this came from Jacqueline. Here's some ribbon for my putz house. I'm gonna save that out. This came from Miss Jacqueline. Little fabric scraps. I'll put that with the cheesecloth. Here's a cutout of a rose. I like Jacqueline's papers for my Seasons book. It really gives me a nice background right away. Here's a note I made to myself. I wanted flashlight, Q-tips, and Bic gel pens. I didn't get my Bic pens. Here's a bag that I can use. And another bag. I'll be reaching for those in a minute. Here's some more of that ribbon that I want to use. Put that for the putz house. And Christmas. What do you save that for, Mary? I think that was a tear off of another one. Anything red I'm putting with the Christmas for the Seasons Journal. Here's another October 17th giveaway. Teresa, Joyce, and Linda. Napkin plus postcard. Did I send those? Napkin plus postcard. I don't know if I sent those. Can't remember. Towel. This can be tossed. Ephemera. This was a bag I cut, and then Arlene told me that it was a Ziploc. I'll put it with my ephemera. Look at this stuff. Let's put all of this in the bag for now. An ephemera bag. Not all of this was on my desk. Some of it was on my cart. I cleaned off my cart over on the other side. So, that's an envelope. We're going to save that out. My ephemera bag here. This is just a bag of scrap that I had. It's not really ephemera, it's more scrappy stuff. I've got a separate box for that stuff. This was a card. Is this a Christmas card or just one I had extra? Was this from somebody? This was from Kimberly. I'm going to put that over with my Happy Mail. Kimberly sent me that wonderful, and he's out here. Where is he? I haven't knocked him off, have I? Oh, I might have knocked him off. Or did I move him? My little name tag. Here he is. I moved him to a safe spot. Kimberly sent me this at Christmas, the little blocks that spell Mary. So cute. I keep him out over here on my other little shelf with my phone. All right, this I want to keep because it's nice and soft. It's a bag. Here's an empty bag with a doily. I hardly know what to do with some of this stuff. I'm going to get all the little ephemera in a bag, I think, first. Here's a set of hair bands that I like to use to put around stuff. I have space for that in my drawer over here. I'm always looking for those. Here's a Christmas washi. Go in my Christmas box. This is another bag of stuff. I'm going to put it with the other. I'll go through that later, as long as it's already bagged up. These full pages. There's some Jacqueline papers. I think I'll put them with the ones I got today. This is scrap paper. I'm just going to fold in half and make a journal. This is how I get that stack of folded journal pages. I just fold it in half. Some of this stuff could really, and then I'm always looking for scratch paper. This is sticker from I don't know what month it is from. October. That goes with my October zine. This is October. This goes with my, this goes in the zine project. And keep that out separate. Oh, I have my zine project out here. Someplace. I have to dig for it. I'll keep that out. Here's ephemera. Ephemera. That looks like something Paint Girly did. This is paper that I was reaching for scrap paper, and I pull out a stack. Folded paper, folded paper. This came out of a book. paper, red paper for Christmas. I think I saved that out for Christmas too. This is some of those pages, those loose pages. Look, what's this? Dies, photos, broken jewelry, tea box, whatnot box, desk scatters, teacher boxes. It's a list of some sort. That'll go in my Society of Idea Collector. Scrap paper. Ephemera. Where's my ephemera bag? What did I do with my ephemera bag? Hold on, I moved it. Did I move it out? I don't know what I did with it. Full paper. There's some Jacqueline paper. I'm going to save the red and put the ominous down with the today's. I started cutting out of this. That's really ephemera. Ephemera. I remember pulling these. There's a bag. Now I have a bunch of folded napkins. I was making Christmas postcards, and there's a whole bunch of them here. I'm going to put those in that bag. Let me just kind of fold them up. That's wax paper I'm going to toss. I kind of got, I don't know, Christmas crept up on me awfully fast. I should put another day to do Christmas postcards all year long. Here's a whole stack. I pulled all the backs off of these. I'm going to fold them like this. Sort of. If I can get them straight enough. Some of them are causing me an issue. And I think I'll put this as a project in my unfinished projects to make Christmas postcards. Now these will be, I don't know if I want to use these same napkins because that's what I sent last year. But for now, I'm just going to bag them. Scratch paper. I was trying to figure out how many of these circles I could get. And these four, and that, I knew what I was doing. A towel. This is my scrap paper. This, I know this came off my cart. This is Shannon Green paper. What I have left from what I got from Shannon Green. That's a separate deal. I'm not even halfway through this yet. I might have to stop and let's see what else I have. Scrapbook paper. I was looking for my December book. It might be down at the bottom. I thought I threw it in here. I don't see it. Prayer cards, envelopes. I don't see it in here. I guess I just saved the papers out of it. Alright, let's see what I have. Washi tapes, that could go in a little baggie. get them. I'm looking. I don't want to put it in that one. Well, hold the phone here. I know I have one. I can't throw all this stuff over here. This is all stuff I threw over. I'll sort it out. Paper, napkins, towels, paper, white paper, scrap paper, book paper, white paper, bag, envelope, towel, I'm probably driving you guys crazy, but it needs to be sorted. Towels. Here's the little bag I was looking for. Towels. I was going to put these in a little bag for washi tape. This is all washi tape. I had them in a bag and I think they fell out. I had them in a too small of a bag and they fell out. Some of them are longer than others. That one's too long for its good. Fold them in half. I did this in November. You can see it's got the rusty colors. I'm going to put that in my washi tape drawer. Alright. Go back to the scrap papers. Wax paper can be tossed. Paper towel. Ephemera. I don't know what I did with my... Look at that beautiful napkin. That goes with my owl. My October zine stuff. Most of this stuff is scrappy stuff, but you see stuff gets in there. Prayer cards, I have another set of these prayer cards someplace. Stamps need to be put in the stamp box that I can't get to. White paper. There's a book of houses from Miss Debbie Epps. Got that at one of her sales. That's one of her proto books. This can be tossed. There's some wax seal stuff I was playing with, just scraping wax on a piece of paper as a background. That worked pretty good. This one stayed on, this one fell off. Put it on with glossy accent. It's probably in here someplace. Here it is. Should put that in separate envelopes. I'm going to pull out the books. Here's another book. Magazine book. This is a Mary Jane magazine. Fussy cut. Pull that out. Houses. That goes with some November stickers. I didn't get them all made, so I didn't get them sent. White paper. This goes in the Harrison Fisher box. I need to separate this apart. That goes in another box. Here's the lampshade pattern that I'm working on. That goes in my Society of Idea Collectors. See, I would never put this. I would never put this in a commonplace journal. Well, I could, but it would be this would be something I would put in my Society of Idea Collectors. I'm cutting a lampshade, and I need to make a sticker for and work on as an unfinished project. Let me glue this down. I'm going to keep that out. I'm going to put it in my bundle. I don't know what I did with the lid for this now. I don't know what happened to it. I'll find it while I'm... Here it is. What else is down here? More paper towels. I get these paper towels out because I'm always grabbing for paper towels. I don't want to throw them away. Here's I was stamping on an acetate sheet. Here's some black paper I was saving out. I'll put that with the white. This goes to Debbie Epps' book. I don't see my December project in here. I thought I had it in here. Here's some more wax seals projects. I should put those in a bag. I put wax seals. These are the dragonfly ones that I made. And I put them on a doily and then put them on one of Jacqueline's dyed cards. And they seem to be working, holding up pretty good. And these are holding up pretty good. I don't think I had a seal there. I'm going to put those in a baggie. Not baggie. I need a baggie. Thought I had an extra one here. Well, let's pull one of these gallon baggies. Put them in here. So not all of this was desk scatter. Some of this stuff was, I work on stuff and then I throw it over here on my cart and it piles up on me. Here's some transparent art journal pages. I actually have them in a bag. I should start that as a unfinished project to work on. Here's a bag of ephemera. This is just a magazine I use for glue booking. I'm going to put that down below where I always grab for them with my wax paper. I'm getting there. Getting there. These houses. I pulled these when we were doing the zines. I pulled them out of Debbie's book. Let's put them back in Debbie's book. If I can find it here. I'll put them back in Debbie's book. These were Debbie Epps' collage ephemera. This was her she was selling her prototype books. Some of them were already cut out of. She was selling one of her stash sales. And I got the one on houses. They had some Halloween things in there. Whoops, this could go in the wax paper. I mean the waxed project here. So one of my I'm going to work on sorting stuff like this. But one of my unfinished projects is to grab a box from behind me usually, or it might even, if I get all the ones sorted behind me, it will be, see, I need to put that with my stamp box. Need another big ephemera bag. These are just papers. with my white papers. Let's start a big ephemera bag here to put stuff in. This was a picture that I bought at the, it was in a big long frame, and I wanted the frame, but this was what was in it. The frame's upstairs now. I know where it's at, though. I know exactly where it's at. Let's see. Paper, scrapbook paper. I'm gonna put this in the ephemera bag, the big ephemera. Here's a bag of little ephemera. It's got some Tim Holtz, some of my owl stamps. I'm just gonna keep that out. That's a doily that I got from Rebecca. What's this? Oh. I didn't want to throw this cardboard away. I'm saving some of it. I'll put it in my ephemera bag here. At least it'll be bagged up. This is another transparent art journal page that I started. And what I did with the, I'll keep it out. There's ephemera. That's the wax paper. Hold on, I need to find that other ephemera bag. I don't know what I did with it. Let's grab these. I don't want the wax. I want this bag. It's amazing what we keep, but you know, it all comes in handy. I just need to get busy and use some of this stuff. I need to get busy and use it. I know you could throw most of this away. I know. Oh, there's the bottom. Now this, I got a place, I pulled these when I was playing with my wax seals. These came from Debbie Epps, they're silicone molds. And I was seeing if I could put wax in there, and you can. I have, these aren't the ones I was, well, yeah, I think I did the butterfly. But I need to find the box that those go in, a Debbie Epps box. Here's a washi tape. Let me put it in the bag. Is there another one there? No, those are my... Now this is a project. I need to send these off. That's something I need to do. Maybe that'll be my first Happy Mail project. I gave away 3 of those books and I haven't sent them yet. Just horrible, Mary. You're a horrible person. What's this? More white paper. Oh, my. I had that stuck down on a table. Let's take and throw this away. These are wax paper seal, wax seals. They're stickers. You put them on when you're making your wax seal stuff. And this is a, this goes with my Harrison Fisher. That down over there. Some of this stuff, these are jewelry molds. I had it when I was playing with my wax. That needs to go in my wax box. Here's a list, topic list. Creativity, inspiration, imperfection, gardening, urban sketching. I think this is for, I'm not sure what this is for. Mary Thoughts, topic list. on things I was going to write on. I was going to do a topic journal. I might save that for my commonplace journal. Here's some beautiful, what was I playing with? I was playing with something and I had all this left over. My inks when I was doing the Inktober, I'd wash off my pen and wash it off on a piece of paper. What's this? Christmas, that goes in the Christmas. This is Christmas. Ugly Christmas sweater, that really can be tossed. That's with that sweater stuff. Some leaf. That can be tossed. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. This I'm going to put out here. I'm going to put it in my little ephemera. Let's put this at the bottom. This can go in here. If I can get it in there. I was stamping on a acetate sheet. Might have to fold this. This would make a nice transparent art journal page, to tell you the truth. We'll put it in here, though. Put my stamps down here, too, because there are more. And these are Thanksgiving stickers, but I didn't get them all printed. My printer gave out on me. Let's cut that in half. What time is it? 8:39. I still have time to get through this box. I'll cut these. This could go in my November zine. I think I'll put it with my zine stuff. I was going to send off these, but my printer broke. And when my printer broke, I kind of gave up on sending out stuff because I couldn't print anything off. And then the mailing cost got me too. The mailing cost. In October, I had Happy Mail that I wanted to send to 20 people. And I had it in these 6x9 bags, and they were thick, and they wanted $6.30, $6.40 a piece for 20 people. I could not afford that postage, so I brought it home for October. I brought it home and I repackaged everything, and I got rid of all the bulky stuff, which was sad because I wanted to send it to them. But I couldn't afford that postage. 20 times 6 is over $100. $20 with 20 people with $6 is what? I have to do my arithmetic. My head is swimming. $6.30. Well, we'll just count 20 people. It's $120. I couldn't afford $120 in postage. And a broken printer. I can make labels out of this. What is this? Just folded paper. I can make little labels out of that. What's this? Country Living. This was fussy cut stuff. Let's put it in here. Found an empty bag. Oh, here's another piece of washi. There's some of Jacqueline's. Oh, I'm getting down to the bottom. That's just a little baggie. The tickets. And these seals go over here. Here's a wax Where's my wax stuff? Did I bury it? The wax seal. I played with putting some of that German glass glitter around it. I don't like it, but it was an experiment. Be Good's lettering does beautiful work. Put that in my wax seal box when I get there. There's another ugly sweater. Some more. This is the back of that book. The back of a book. I bought a book on book paper. Things to put in a library, ephemera stuff. Let's put that in here. I think I've got another one here. That would actually make nice journal pages. Because they're blank on the... Are they... Well, yeah, they're either blank or got a... I could fold those down here. And I'm saving out all my white paper. Here's some Harrison Fisher stickers. A bunch that did not print off very nice. I didn't send them all out. They're kind of faded. I saved them for, I'll probably throw some of those in my commonplace journal. Or Idea Society by Idea Collector. Here's some of that, more of that book stuff. Let's put that in here too. I'm getting there. I'm getting it sorted out. At least put in baggies and grouped together. I wouldn't say that it's all sorted. I don't have a place for everything. That's white paper. These are postcards that French postcards that I got from Rebecca. Put those down here, and what I don't know what to do with yet. All right. So what I have here is, put that over there. I have envelope. I have some things that stamp and scrapbook paper, envelope and sticker. Then I have this package of big ephemera. And let's sort this pile here. It's sorted, but, oh, this could go in the paper here. Hold on, let me put this out of my hand here. Let's put this in the paper bag here. And while I'm at it, these things I put down below. Debbie F's book, the magazine, Mary Jane magazine, Shannon Green's paper, put that little ephemera bag down here, I think. My napkins. I'm going to put these back in the box, but they're sorted. They're sorted. This is just a box of a package of ephemera. This is scrap stuff. Let's put these in the ephemera over here. I think that's what this bag was. I got it out. Let's put these in. Hold on, I'll show you. In here. And then I got a bag of scraps. And well, this can go in the ephemera too. Both of these. Did I open it or close it? And I should write on here and label ephemera, but I know. Here's, I've got 2 of these prayer card packets to use. Now what I want to do is sort. I know it's kind of sorted, but it's mess sorted. These I'm always reaching for scrap paper, and here it all is. Color these circles. I think this goes with December. Tag I was saving off. This goes with December. Here's my wax seal stuff. The scrap paper I'm going to keep out and keep by my desk because I'm always reaching for scrap paper. Doily. Towels I'm going to keep out. I think I'm going to fold the scrap paper in half and put it in a bag. Towels. See, I tear these towels off and I forget I torn them. And then I reach for others when I'm doing like my watercolor stuff. Or not watercolor, but anything water soluble when I get out my paints or anything I need to clean my brush off with. This is scrap paper. And paper towels. Whole stack of them. This can go in the big bag. Let's see what I have here. Scrap paper. It doesn't have to be folded perfect because I'm going to use this as scrap paper when I'm I'm not going to fold that. I keep that out. These are going to go in my big paper. And this, I'm going to reach for another gallon bag. I might keep an extra bag out. This is scrap paper I'm going to keep on my cart. Did I open it or close it? So when I say I need a piece of scratch paper and I never have it, well, here it is in this bag. And I'm going to put it over here where I can get at it. Now, I'm not going to bag up my paper towels, but I got a stack. Oh, not that. Not that. I've got a stack of paper towels that when I need to wipe up something, here they are. And they're going to stay out by my desk, too. Most of them are clean. I just never used them. I tear them off and never use them. So that stays out. That's an extra bag. These are going to go in my big bag that got buried. Where's my big bag? Yeah, see, that's the trouble with putting stuff in here. Way down at the bottom was my big bag. Now, I saw there's a store here. I was looking at Facebook Marketplace, and they were selling 2 shelves that were slotted. And they were selling them for $10 a piece, and they looked like they were about 4, maybe 5 feet high, and I could put things like this in them. But even if I bought them, even if I could get one of them, I don't know where I would put it. I don't have space even to put another shelf in this room, so I didn't buy them. But see, I could see putting these bags in those slots. And then I'd know where the stuff was. I put them in a box, and I don't even know where stuff is in the box. All right, this is staying out. These are my wax seals. This is that other prayer. That that other prayer card packet. This is a block here. Now I'm sorting off of my desk. This I'm saving out for my slow stitch project on that ribbon. For those of you who watch my short, I have a 6-inch ribbon roll that's empty. Well, the end of it is just a loose piece, and I'm going to cut some rounds to put on the end, so that's staying out. The other things I have out here are fabric, and I don't want to put them in this box. Fabric. This goes with my wax. Paraffin block. Bags. I think I can close this box up. This goes in an ephemera. We'll just tuck it in here. What is that? Ephemera? Yeah. We'll just tuck it in there. Prayer card. Prayer cards. So it's still the same stuff. It's still the same stuff, but it's sorted. And I got some empty bags here. This goes with my seasons journal. And these are just some empty bags that I'm going to leave in here, because I'll probably be reaching in there. And this transparent art journal page I'm going to keep out. So I'm going to fold this up. And I'm going to say I sorted that box, but it's still a box of stuff. And I should label what's in here. But, however, and except it's 8:54. Let me get this box off my desk. And I'm going to put it back where I got it. I've got a space over there for it. It's 8:54. Let me come out and say goodbye to you guys. I need to bag up this. Well, these are going to go in my Christmas box. And I've got some washi tape here someplace. These I'm going to put with my stamping stuff and my paraffin block. That goes in my stamp box. This, I'm going to bag up. These are Happy Mail I'm going to send. Here's some ephemera. That should go in that box. This goes in my Christmas journal when I find my December daily. Here's more transparent art. And this is really ephemera and ephemera. And this goes with the Christmas. I need to get back to that December daily. And then I have my box there. So let me come out and... Well, this goes with the Putz house. I'll sort this stuff out offline. I'm just getting it out for now. That's fabric. Let me get my phone. I feel better about things. This is why I gave up. So many journal styles that cross over and have different names. So I just make journals. So the style or name of that, just journals. Yeah. Let me go down to the bottom. You don't have to agree with everybody, and everybody doesn't have to agree with you. We can be ourselves. Hope to see you tonight, girls. And Raul, Jacqueline, I forgot to put Jacqueline's sale information up there. Let's give her a plug. Jacqueline at Lovely's Crafting Lodge sells every Friday starting at 4 p.m. Eastern. And I started off the stream opening a package of wonderful papers from her. I'll probably be there tonight. Laura Beth says, hi, Mary and everybody. I slept late. I'm going to be a player. Karen K says, hi, Coloring View. Hi, Coloring View. Good morning, Karen. I never did figure out what that little XA icon is. I don't know what that is. Lala says, please remember. Oh, thank you, Lala. Thanks for popping in, Lala. I just got called into my appointment. I'll have to go. Oh, she's at an appointment. She doesn't hear me. Karen says, Society of Dear Collecting is a commonplace book, but there's absolutely no reason you can't have more than one commonplace that is divided any way you personally want to. Yeah, I agree. Do it your way. Do what works for you. Now, I like both journals. I like them for different reasons. Dee Dee likes everything in her Society of Idea Collectors. They both work. Do it your way, your style, and in your time. We don't all have to be the same. Wouldn't it be a boring world if we were all the same? Buffer bug. Did we have some buffering going on? Yeah, I don't think there is a difference. They have the same. For me, they have nuances, and I use them for different reasons. I think I've covered all that. So do it your way. I don't want to get into an argument over it. Karen says, hi, everyone. What is that icon? XA. Please remember to like, comment, and I think I've said hello to everyone. Raul says, oh, I'm back to what Raul was talking about, shorts. And it is 8:58. I think Pink Girly comes on Thursday mornings after me. So go enjoy her. 4 p.m. Eastern. She's going to have Clarence Jacqueline, Lovely's Crafting Lodge. I got time. Let's go grab her link. Let's go grab Karen's or Jacqueline's link. Lovely's Crafting Lodge. Let's go grab the link. Let's go grab her channel, share, copy link, and come back to me. Come into my live. Come into my chat. Jacqueline. Jacqueline, Lovely's Crafting Lodge. And I'm going to put a space, 4 p.m. Eastern. There we go. So have a great day, everybody. Have a great weekend. Have a wonderful weekend. Go do it your way and in your style. Have fun. All right, everybody. Have a great day. I got to sort out what's on my desk yet. I want to put all this with my December daily. Bye.